Danzo is probably the most controversial figure in Naruto. But we all know Danzo only has the Leaf Village's best interest at heart, and the Leaf Village is the weakest it has been in decades. The 4th Hokage is dead, the Sannin have left, the 3rd Hokage's best days are behind him, and the Uchiha clan cannot be trusted. The Leaf Village is no longer the strongest village, and it won't be long until the other great nations realize this and try to capitalize on this fact. The village's only hope is to make the most out of their Jinchuriki, and Danzo will be the man to make this happen. Danzo, once Naruto had turned around 4 years old, would leak the fact that he's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. This time not to be a prick, but to isolate the boy, make him easier to mold and control, like he does with all his other root Anbu. Danzo would stage a fake kidnapping, and his root Anbu would coincidentally save the boy. Danzo would use this opportunity to demand the boy be put under his care. Usually Hiruzen wouldn't entertain such a ridiculous idea, but he can't take care of the boy, and the rest of the village hates Naruto, seeing him as a literal demon. Danzo for the time being is the only possible choice, and the safest one. Once Naruto was placed in Danzo's care, like most children raised by Danzo, he would be placed in the foundation and trained constantly. But not only in ninja techniques, but in also how to control his emotions. Danzo had heard reports of Gaara, the One-Tails Jinchuriki, who's a similar age to Naruto, who constantly rampaged in the Sand Village, and such could never be allowed to happen within the Leaf. But Danzo also observed Kushina, so he knows the Nine-Tails feeds off the host's emotions. Stripping Naruto of them would make him weaker. Instead, the boy would be taught hatred for the other nations. Danzo would have Seal Masters adjust Naruto's seal, allowing him to access small amounts of the Nine-Tails chakra. Naruto would be trained on how to allow this chakra to flow through him at all times, instead of just in short bursts. He would feel the Nine-Tails' intense hatred, but he would embrace it. Over time, his eyes would even begin to change, permanently changing to the color red of the Nine-Tails. All he felt was malice. Naruto and Kurama would develop a deep bond, Naruto being the first human to allow Kurama's hatred to consume them. This prolonged use of the Nine-Tails chakra would even cause Naruto to develop an additional fire-nature affinity. It wasn't only Naruto's eyes that would change, his hair would be spikier, his teeth would resemble fangs, his nails would grow sharper, his whiskers more pronounced. He was beginning to look like the demon fox more and more by the day. Danzo would tirelessly train Naruto. Anytime Naruto's body gave out past the point where even Kurama's chakra couldn't heal him, he would be given a new type of drug developed by Orochimaru, similar to the Mind Awakening pill. The side effects of these drugs were not pleasant, and if Naruto was not the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, would almost certainly kill him. But this would force Naruto's body to develop rapidly, faster than what is expected for a child of his age. By the time Naruto was 10, he would have mastered countless fire and wind jutsu, have elite taijutsu, and developed his own unique genjutsu. Think of it like a reverse of Ino. Instead of going into your mind, he brings you into his. And the Nine-Tails, well, the Nine-Tails has some fun with you. Let me put it like that. Danzo would send Naruto on countless missions around this time, and Naruto would prove to be in a class of his own, well and truly being Danzo's most capable root member. At age 11, Danzo would give Naruto a very, very special mission. You see, Danzo had not forgotten the embarrassment of the Hyuga incident. He wanted vengeance. Naruto would be an instrument of that vengeance. Naruto was given the task of killing the Daimyo of the Land of Lightning. With the Cloud Village hosting a Chunin exam, in the upcoming weeks, the Daimyo's usually high security would be spread thin, protecting the other VIPs coming to the Chunin exam. Naruto would head to the Land of Lightning disguised as a hidden stone shinobi, as only the Land of Lightning and the Land of Earth were participating in this Chunin exam. Once in the Cloud Village, Naruto would impersonate a Cloud Shinobi and spend a week finding the location of the Daimyo, eventually discovering his safe house in a town next to the village. Naruto would make his move. In the dead of night, Naruto would sneak into the town. Naruto would kill the bodyguard and the army patrolling the town. Naruto would proceed to slaughter not only the daimyo, but every single person in the town, not just the men, but the women and the children too. This includes VIPs and their families, as well as normal villagers. He killed them all. He let his hatred overwhelm him, and he liked it. He felt joy and relief at having fed the evil in his heart. This would be short-lived, as he felt a massive chakra coming towards him and coming fast. It was Darui. Naruto would make an exploding shadow clone that looked like the Daimyo, as well as other nobles. He also made sure to leave a stone village headband that had the Hyuga symbol carved onto it. He would quickly make his escape. Hearing explosions behind him, he knew his plan had worked. When Naruto returned to the Foundation hideout, he was met with thundering applause from his fellow Anbu, a rare showing of emotion from such a soulless group of people. Danzo would promote Naruto to Anbu commander within Root. Complete chaos would erupt in the following days. The Raikage was no fool. He knew which village had killed the daimyo, and he knew why. But the implication that the stone village might have helped or been actual culprits complicated things. Not being equipped for a war on two fronts, the entire incident would be hidden from the rest of the shinobi world. The Cloud Village, though, would become like the Rain Village and cut ties with the other villages. Any visitors were executed. Rumor would of course spread, and all the other nations would have their daimyos hidden away and watch them constantly. Naruto, for the next 2 years, would grow even more powerful, further gaining control of the Nine Tails chakra, getting to the point where he can control 6 tails, only being limited by the fact that he does not have the key to his seal. Anytime Naruto was in training, he would be carrying out very dangerous Anbu missions. This would gain him notoriety amongst the high-ranking ninjas of the village. Danzo would know it was just a matter of time until his tool was taken from him, so instead he would reintegrate Naruto into the village himself, in a similar way that he did with Sai. Given his high reputation and Danzo's own personal recommendation, Naruto would be made into a Jonin, without ever having joined the academy, which has never happened before. Every Chunin rank ninja and above would hear about this, and seeing Naruto's appearance and feeling the Nine Tails chakra emitting off of him, most would fear him and keep their distance. The Hokage, seeing Naruto be cold and almost soulless, even besides his appearance, just seeing the boy's personality well and truly beat out of him by Danzo, would make him feel as though he made a mistake giving Naruto to him, but nothing could be done about it now. Naruto's first mission would be killing Zabuza. Kakashi and his genin had abandoned their mission a few days prior, so Naruto would be sent to clean up this mess. As the Hokage wasn't sure just how capable Naruto was, Kakashi would join him on this mission. Kakashi wouldn't know what to say to the boy, but Naruto knew exactly who Kakashi was. Kakashi was a legendary shinobi and a very, very well-known Anbu. His time in the route had not been forgotten by any of the old members and kept being told to the new members. So Naruto had a great admiration for him. Their journey to the Land of Waves would be surprisingly lively. Kakashi was the first non-Anbu Naruto had spoken to ever, and though Danzo did his best to eradicate Naruto's personality, some of it had still remained. Naruto would ask Kakashi questions he was too scared to ask Danzo, and smile for what felt like the first time. Once they reached the Land of Waves, they would track down Zabuza, who would be accompanied by Haku. Naruto would not take any chances. He would use 4 tails of the Nine Tails chakra and make quick work of both of them. Kakashi and Naruto would head over to the bridge and kill Gato and all his men. Over the next few weeks, Naruto would complete a couple B-rank missions with different Chunin teams, furthering his relationship with his fellow shinobi within the village. His power being seen as a great asset. Basically, if Naruto's on a mission with you, you're making it home. Eventually, the Chunin exams would come around, and Konoha Crush would still happen. Naruto would still go after Gaara and would deal with him fairly quickly before he could even fully transform. Naruto would kill Tamari, Konkuro, and every Sand Shinobi in his way, only sparing Gaara because he felt a kinship with him, both being hate-filled Jinchuriki killing machines. Naruto would ask him to join the Leaf Village. Gaara would agree, not having any strong bonds with the Sand Village. Naruto would instruct Sasuke, who also chased after Gaara, to escort Gaara back to the village. Naruto would head back to the Chunin exam arena and find a barrier on top of the building, seeing the third Hokage fighting Orochimaru. Naruto would also see Kakashi and Might Guy facing off with a maxed Anbu in the form of Kabuto. Not being one to overlook a golden opportunity to kill an enemy, Naruto would use one tail of the Nine Tails chakra and use a giant chakra hand to grab and crush Kabuto to death. Kakashi would explain the situation to Naruto, and Naruto would consider using a tailed beast bomb to destroy the barrier, but he wasn't sure if it would work and it would cause far too much destruction to the village anyway, so like everyone else, he would wait, and eventually the barrier would come down. Naruto, knowing just how dangerous Orochimaru is, would wait for the sound for an Orochimaru to try and escape and use 6 tails of the 9 tails chakra and aim a tailed beast bomb at them, making sure to aim upwards and incinerate all 5 of them. The Leaf had won the battle against the Sand, but lost their Hokage. It was finally Danzo's time to rule, or so he thought, but literally no one wanted him to be Hokage. The position was offered to Jiraiya, who refused. Instead, he suggested Tsunade, which the elders in the Daimyo seemed happy with. Jiraiya would ask Naruto to accompany him, which would confuse him, but a chance to go on a mission with a ninja as legendary as Jiraiya is not something you turn down. While looking for Tsunade, Jiraiya would tell Naruto everything about his parents, himself, and also what type of man Danzo really is. He did this for 2 reasons. First, he knows Anbu can keep a secret, and second, looking at the boy truly broke his heart. Under his cold expression, Jiraiya could see deep anger and hatred. If he didn't try to reach out to Naruto now, he might never be able to. All this info shocked Naruto. His usually calm demeanor showed signs of turmoil. Naruto would ask question after question, and each answer would leave him more confused and wanting to know more. The only question Jiraiya couldn't answer, and the one that puzzled Naruto the most, is why was he raised by Danzo out of all people? He would have to ask the man himself. Jiraiya and Naruto would eventually find Tsunade, and even though it would take a lot of convincing, as well as paying off all her debts, she would agree to become the Hokage. Naruto would confront Danzo about everything he had learned. Danzo would try to use Koto Matsukami on him, but the Nine Tails would snap him out of it. Naruto would be furious, but still having some respect for the man would simply leave route, rather than try and attack Danzo. Jiraiya would approach Naruto offering to help him master the Nine Tails, informing him about the threat of the Akatsuki. Naruto, feeling lost and as though his whole life has been a lie, would accept the offer, honestly just wanting something to distract him, but he had one condition, being that Gaara had to join them. Jiraiya would agree and Gaara would agree. The trio would depart the village and head off to train. Within the first few days, Jiraiya would notice how weak Gaara's seal was and improve upon it, allowing the boy to finally get some sleep. Naruto would demonstrate his already high mastery of the Nine Tails chakra, explaining to Jiraiya he has a deep bond with the Nine Tails. At this point, the fox is the only being Naruto trusts, the only being that understands Naruto. A kind of inversion of what happened in canon. Instead of Naruto winning over the Nine Tails wins over Naruto. But the end result is still the same. They form a deep bond. Jiraiya would unlock Naruto's seal, seeing that at this point it was only holding Naruto back. Naruto would close his eyes and go into his mind, seeing the Nine Tails, but this time it wasn't behind any cage. The two would speak for a bit, and when Naruto reopened his eyes, he would awaken using KCM. Jiraiya would be taken aback by this powerful form, but would be happy to see Minato's goal for his son had been achieved. The next couple of months would be Naruto working to master KCM. Gaara would achieve something similar. He wouldn't get KCM, but he would make peace with the One Tails. As Shukaku, seeing Kurama actually befriend his Jinchuriki would inspire him to do the same. Jiraiya, seeing the training went about as good as it possibly could, instead of taking them back to the village, would train with the boys around the continent, wanting to give them a new perspective on life, even telling them about his dream to bring peace to the world. Naruto and Gaara would go from training swordsmanship with the samurai of the Land of Iron all the way to relaxing in the springs in the Land of Hot Water. All their traveling would soften them up a bit. Eventually, the boys would be taken to Mount Miyaboku, and they would learn Sage Mode, not just to increase their strength, but to bring them some peace of mind. Once they returned to the Leaf, Jiraiya would bid farewell to the boys. Naruto and Gaara would become inseparable, going on every mission together, staying in the same house. They were best of friends. You might even consider them brothers. Eventually, the Akatsuki would begin capturing tailed beasts. On a mission to escort a noble to the Leaf Village, Naruto and Gaara would be ambushed by almost the entire Akatsuki. Only excluding Pain and Konan, this would be the toughest battle Naruto and Gaara would ever face. The Akatsuki had come in force because there was only 3 Jinchuriki remaining, and B was under lock and key in the Cloud Village, so they would get him last. Though fighting 6 S-rank ninja would mean instant defeat for basically every other ninja on Earth, Naruto was just far too powerful, and having Gaara to watch his back meant the Akatsuki would be annihilated. Shortly after this, Jiraiya would inform the two he knew where the Akatsuki leader was, and the boys being more powerful than him, he would go with them to the Rain Village. Wouldn't take long for Pain to attack them, but all the pets would be destroyed, and Konan would be killed. They would track down Nagato, and he would also be defeated. The Akatsuki were finally gone. Only Obito remained in the shadows, and with Jiraiya likely having destroyed the Rinnegan, Obito would remain in solitude. His plans would never be able to be enacted, and he would honestly just give up. He saw how powerful Naruto and Gaara were, and without the Rinnegan, he just couldn't match up to their strength, so he would give up on his plans. No amount of Zetsu whispering in his ear can make up for the fact that he can't beat KCM Naruto without the Rinnegan. So the ninja world would go on as is. They would never be allied. There would still be bloodshed. A couple wars would break out. Naruto would never become Hokage as he was raised to be a weapon, not a leader. Besides, he has more fun when he's getting his hands dirty. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.